the news this week, as Holyrood debates the named person scheme, almost 2/3 of Scots say they are opposed, scientists vow to push ahead with unethical GM babies, and Sir Patrick Stewart has called for assisted suicide in the UK. Hello. Almost 2/3 of Scots are opposed to the controversial named person scheme, according to a new poll for the Daily Mail. 64% of Scots believe the plan to appoint a state guardian to every child is an unacceptable intrusion into family life. Fewer than 19% of people believe it is not intrusive. This week, Scotland's Deputy First Minister John Swinney said he is absolutely committed to the scheme, despite growing opposition from the public and even former SNP leaders. Shouting down the opposition, the Deputy First Minister said it was shameful to raise concerns over data sharing.
The difference, surely, between a general practitioner, Mr Swinney, and a named person is that a general practitioner is there to assist, whereas a named person is there not only to assist, but also behind the backs of parents to discuss issues of well-being. It's in section 19, subsection 5A3, behind the backs of parents to discuss questions of well-being with any relevant authority. Is that not a material difference between the universalism of general practice and the unnecessary universalism of the named person?
John Swinney.
I think that intervention characterised why this debate has become what it has become, because you, Mr Tomkins, have fuelled the absurdity of the attacks that have been made on this policy, and you should be ashamed of your intervention in this debate.
The plans are expected to come into force in August, subject to the outcome of a legal challenge at the UK Supreme Court. Christians in Wales have been urged to contact their politicians about Welsh Government plans to register and inspect church youth work. Charities, including the Christian Institute and the Evangelical Movement of Wales, made the call, describing the government plans as an unjustified restriction of religious liberty. The Welsh Government is proposing to register and inspect church youth work to ensure children are learning tolerance of different faiths and beliefs and are being protected from undesirable teaching. Spokesman for the Christian Institute, Simon CALVERT, said there is no place for a state regulator of religion in Wales.
Well, you'd have thought, after all the decades, centuries in fact, of good work that churches in Wales have been doing with young people, that there'd be a reservoir of trust and respect there. But actually, what the Welsh Government is proposing is effectively a state regulator of religion, interfering with the work of churches. We know the trigger, of course, for this is the government's drive against extremism. But, you know, if the Welsh Government think that Welsh churches are somehow hotbeds of violent extremism, they are completely out of touch. So this is a very bad idea, and so we are urging Christians and churches and affected groups to contact their AMs and to ask them to oppose these proposals.
Gareth Edwards, General Manager of the Evangelical Movement of Wales, said he is profoundly concerned about the plans.
We understand that there is no malicious intent in the proposals from the Welsh Assembly Government, but we are profoundly concerned that there may be drastic unintended consequences from vexatious complaints and the use of the vague criteria which will severely affect Christian youth work in Wales.
To learn more about the plans and similar proposals for England, visit the Out of Schools settings page on our website. Scientists want to push ahead with plans to create GM babies, despite evidence that mutated DNA could still be passed on. A team at Newcastle University has been trialling a version of pro-nuclear transfer, which transplants DNA from one embryo into another, creating a child with the involvement of 4 parents. Their research involved the destruction of hundreds of human embryos and sidelined the concerns of a host of scientists and ethics experts. Deputy Director of the Christian Institute, Humphrey Dobson, said scientists can't possibly know that it is safe and warned problems may only arise in the generations to come. We should remember that what is being heralded here as treatment is simply a ruthless way of screening out those deemed less worthy of life. In February last year, the UK became the only country in the world to legalise 3 or 4 parent baby techniques, despite warnings against editing the human germline. And finally, Sir Patrick Stewart has said it is an absolute disgrace that assisted suicide is not legal in Britain. The actor, best known for his role in Star Trek, was speaking as California, his adopted home, implemented legislation to allow the practice. In California, millions of people now have the ability to die with dignity in the event of terminal illness. It is an absolute disgrace that as a Briton I am denied this right at home. Sir Patrick is a patron of pro-assisted suicide group Dignity in Dying, formerly known as the Voluntary Euthanasia Society. It was only last year that a bill to legalise assisted suicide was soundly defeated in the House of Commons. Following a lengthy debate, MPs voted 330 to 118 against Rob Maris's private member's bill. The result came following pressure from disabled rights groups, the medical profession, a number of charities and religious leaders. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.